Hi, my name is Darshana Bhattacharya, and I'm an outpatient psychiatrist here at CRMC Crosby campus. I'm so excited to join you today for the Living Well series. I've been asked to talk about attitude and shame and how this can impact our mental and physical health. I wish we could do this in person, but we're going to try our best in the virtual format, and we have some exercises that we can do together towards the end. This is our general overview of our session for today. I'll do the first section on attitude and shame, followed by Jill Matson, who will be talking about meditation, breathing, and mindfulness. So an overview of my portion, I'll spend just a few minutes talking about some of the background research, but we're going to spend the majority of the time building some practical tools you can use to tackle negative attitudes or shame that you might be holding. And so just really generally to talk about the impact of attitude and shame on health, we know from the field of positive psychology that if negative beliefs are your overwhelming thoughts, this might be negative views about yourself or the world, this has a down impact on your mood. It can create increased anxiety, decrease your energy or your motivation, and change kind of your day-to-day activities even. So that negatively impacts your mental health. So then we're going to talk about our physical health and spend a little bit more time on this. Now, there has been a significant amount of research on certain disorders such as obesity and eating disorders and how attitude and shame can have a significant impact on the way we deal with these conditions. So specifically, there was one survey that showed that patients who were surveyed about negative attitudes and self-blame before and after testing to identify genetic causes of obesity. So those who were identified to have underlying genetic causes of obesity later showed decreased rates of self-blame and guilt. They were then able to better adhere to healthy habits such as nutrition and exercise compared to patients with higher rates of self-blame and guilt. So these negative beliefs made it harder to adopt and stick to healthy habits. So in a way, this was holding these patients back. Similarly, for adolescents with eating disorders, those who have higher self-esteem and lower body shame have been shown to be able to better engage in mindfulness skills and other coping activities, which help them tackle their disease. So unfortunately, having higher levels of body shame, lower self-esteem is like a double whammy because it makes it harder to cope with and overcome the eating disorder. It's really important to acknowledge this. We want to interrupt these negative thought patterns. And so this right here is kind of the foundation of what we call cognitive behavioral therapy, which is really looking at how thoughts can impact your feelings, which create certain behaviors that can then again lead to a stream of thoughts that, if negative, this can be a cycle that feeds upon itself. So really common negative automatic thoughts, these are examples pulled from a book. I'm failing. I can't handle it. There must be something wrong with me. I'm weak. My life is going nowhere. I'll never improve. How many of you have experienced those thoughts at some point in your life, even on a daily or weekly or many times throughout the day? These are things that can creep up on you. These are also things that we call cognitive distortions or errors in the way that we think about things. And there are several categories that can be useful to identify these errors in our thinking. And I'm not going to go through all of them today, but just for a couple of examples, one of the most common kinds is called personalization. This is where we attribute personal responsibility for events which aren't necessarily under our control. Example would be you're working on a group project at a company, it fails, you lose a lot of money, you may lose your clientele, and you find yourself thinking, this is all my fault. I wish I was a better leader. I wish I was a better planner. When in reality, this was a group project. There are many elements at play. It's not all on your shoulders. And so identifying and breaking this down can lessen the impact of that self-blame. Another really common one is called overgeneralization. It's also known as black and white thinking, which is where you make sweeping conclusions based on a single event. Example, college student fails a test. They're doing great in all their other classes. They've been working really hard, but they fail this test and they find themselves saying, I'm a bad student. I don't deserve to be here. I should drop out. That is black and white thinking because it's neglecting the gray areas of, we're human. We're allowed to make mistakes. We're allowed to work on those mistakes. And so taking a step back and recognizing those cognitive errors can be really helpful in interrupting this cycle. This is called a thought change record, which is one of the main tools from cognitive behavioral therapy that we can use to interrupt these negative attitudes and thoughts that lead to shame. So as you can see here, it looks a little bit more complicated than it is, but really what it is to identify a situation that can lead to those automatic thoughts and identify the emotions that come out of it, take a pause, and come up with a challenge to those negative thoughts. And then think about what kind of outcome that exercise had on you. So I'm going to go through some examples that are based on patients, although I've changed, some of the details, of course. So this first example is a 21-year-old college student that is seeing their therapist, has been dealing with some depression, anxiety, as well as weight gain in their college. And so they are in this situation where they haven't worked out in weeks and they're feeling really guilty about this. And this situation has led to a string of thoughts. What's wrong with me? I must be lazy. I must be disorganized if I can't make this work. This makes them feel tired, heavy, less motivated. The most powerful negative thought for them is, I must be lazy. And they believe this about 50%, which is powerful. This causes them to feel emotions, the third column. They feel guilt, sadness, disappointment in themselves, and they feel these emotions 80%. So we're going to pause there and think about this broad sweeping statement, I must be a lazy person. In the fourth column, the rational response, we see that this is an overgeneralization. This is black and white thinking. And one response to that, I must be lazy, is that, hey, you're not lazy. You're working really hard at other things. You're human and you're trying to figure out how to make it work. And this student can agree with that statement. They can believe that challenge 100%. So after challenging that with that statement, they now have new emotions. They feel calm. They feel acceptance for where they're at. And they believe that 90%. They feel that 90%. And they have a lessened sense of guilt. While they were feeling guilt 80% before, now they feel at 20%. This changes their behaviors. They can now approach their lack of exercise with more kindness and give themselves some grace. Okay. So in this situation, I started with the situation, and then I work through the worksheet from there. We're going to start with a blank slate again because I want you to know that you don't have to begin with the situation. Instead, you could actually start with the negative thought. If it's a negative thought that happens to you all the time, and you want to break it down, you can start with that instead. So we're going to work out the thought, I'll never improve. Okay, so we're going to start with column 2 instead of column 1. And in this case, this is going to be a 40-year-old male who is overweight and trying to lose weight to improve his BMI and improve his diabetes numbers. But he keeps having this thought, I'll never improve, and he believes this 90%. So the situation here is you have this person is having trouble losing weight. Every time he steps on the scale and he sees that he's not losing weight, he has a cascade of thoughts. I didn't hit my goal. I'm not making progress. I'll never improve. that last statement, I'll never improve, is the most powerful one. It leaves him feeling anxious. His heart rate is increasing. He feels jittery, all coming from that cascade of thoughts. Okay, so we have, I'll never improve, the most powerful negative thought, and this causes him to have emotions of sadness, 70%, and anxiety, 90%. What are the cognitive errors here? He is overgeneralizing and magnifying the importance of these numbers. One challenge to this cognitive error of I'll never improve is to say, hey, my numbers haven't improved, but my physical health has. Well, that's the truth. You know, if you're working out, if you're trying to eat healthier, your physical health is improving regardless of what the scale says. With continued effort, I'm likely to see improvement over time. There are many other things I can try as well to keep improving. And so he can agree with this statement. My numbers haven't improved, but my physical health has. And he believes this statement 90%. What this causes him to experience, instead of sadness and anxiety, he feels pride, 90%. He feels his anxiety has decreased to 20%, and he just has a small amount of sadness, 10%, not 70%. That's a big deal. He feels more proud and motivated to keep working on his fitness goals. So if you'd like, you could take a moment to pause and work through this blank worksheet, or you'll have time to do that at the end as well. So why is this all important? We need to address issues of negative attitudes and shame and self-blame to improve our self-esteem. We know that improved self-esteem leads to improved quality of life, and we all deserve that. You know, we deserve to be happy. We deserve to feel good about ourselves. We deserve to be able to make progress towards our personal health. Some resources that can help if these exercises appeal to you and you feel like it could be something useful. The David Burns Feeling Good Handbook has even more simple exercises, a number of different kinds if you're interested in trying that out. Getting Your Life Back is more based on depression and anxiety, but it does have exercises like this that are very practical that can be helpful. If you prefer to explore things online, the worksheet that I used in this talk is from .appi.org/write, and it's free. So you can download that or work through it online. And then there's several apps that can be helpful. Sandvelo is one that has those CBT tools specifically that you can do on your phone. Calm has meditation exercises, and Headspace has mindfulness exercises, which Jill will be talking a little bit about following my presentation. So those are some things to explore. And then these are the references that I used for that research and that we talked about in the beginning. Now, if you would like to, you can pause the talk at this time before Jill's portion to try working through a thought change record on your own. And I really recommend trying to come up with the most simple negative thought that you can, such as the one that we worked on, I'll never improve, or this is too difficult for me. You know, things like that are very simplified can be the most powerful in the end when you challenge them. If you have any questions, all of us here in the Behavioral Health Department, have experience with CBT. I am here Monday through Thursday and would be happy to assist however I can. But I thank you for listening. I thank you for your attention, and I wish you the best in your health journey.
Hi, and welcome to Uplifted Wellness Studio. We are going to do about a half an hour chair yoga class. So join on in, find a comfortable chair with me, and have your sit bones sitting down so that your spine is straight and your spine is away from your chair, please. So we want to find our grounding. So if you close your eyes with me, feel your feet on the floor, your sit bones on the chair. Feel your hands resting on your lap. Exhale all the way and inhale. We're going to do this 3 times. Inhale deeply. All the way up, hold your crown up, spread your ribs apart, and exhale. Pulling your belly button in. 2 more times. We're going to inhale with our nose, exhale with our mouth. Hold it as long as you can. Get your crown up, exhale. Pulling your belly button in. 1 more time. Exhale. And let your breath come back to its natural process of breathing in and out. Be aware of the greater expanse you have in your lungs. If you want to put a little smile on your face, turning the corners of your lips up. Continuing to inhale your crown up, exhale, pulling your belly button in. So in these days, we're waiting to open the doors for our businesses. We're waiting for our chance to hug our friends and our families again. And so I have a word here today. As you breathe and meditate, may you find a word or a phrase that sticks with you for you to come back to and have this as an intention for this time. So continuing to breathe, eyes closed, if you wish, tongue on the roof of your mouth if you wish, to connect the front part of your body with the back part of your body, and your lips turned up, getting your happy endorphins going. From Psalm 130 verse 5 from the New International Version of the Bible. I wait for the Lord. My whole being waits. And in His word I put my hope. So my prayer for you today is that you remain hopeful, waiting on the Lord, trusting in His word. In Jesus' name. So we're going to keep our knees toward each other, please. And if you have a chair with arms on it, put your hands on that chair. If you don't, just grab hold of the seat of your chair and take a breath in. And then exhale, twisting to your left. Think about your spine. Think about your spine being straight, your crown being up. And as you breathe in, we want to exhale and extend, reach a little bit further possibly. So I like to look to my left and think about my past. So if you would take a breath in of release and let go of your past, come back to that front position, that neutral position, and take a breath in and now present time, right now, right here, living in His presence. Breathing in peace, breathing in hope, whatever you want to have. Waiting right here. Bring your hands to the right side of your chair if you want to use the arm, keeping your knees toward each other again, and crown up as you inhale. Exhale with that ring out, looking over your right shoulder, dropping your shoulders down, pulling your belly button in. It's like you're wringing out a dishcloth. Your neck goes last. You can look forward with your neck if you don't want to, just engaging your spine. Listen to your body always. So looking into our future, which is unknown, we can breathe in a breath of waiting, of hope, of trust. And exhale, release that, coming back to present moment, present time. Breathing in, breathing out. So take your feet a little bit wider than knees together, and we're going to inhale, reaching up. We're going to exhale with a forward fold. So we're going to exhale, bringing your heart down onto your knees, bring your hands on down, bring your hands to your knees as you inhale up halfway. Taking a breath in, exhale down, and then we're going to tuck our chin in, curling up one vertebrae at a time as you bring your hands on up nice and slow, reaching up. And then we're going to exhale our hands down. Bring your hands down to the sides of your chair, just like you're a butterfly flapping your wings, okay? Dropping your shoulder blades down. Inhaling, reaching up again. Exhale with that forward fold again. Hands on your knees, inhale up halfway. Exhale down. Drop your hands on down, tuck your chin in, and roll on up one vertebrae at a time. Reaching up with your hands. Exhale your hands on down to your sides, bring your shoulder blades toward each other. And then let's bring our hands to heart center here. Pressing your palms together. Coming back to that intention for your practice. Breathe that intention into your heart, into your lungs. Is it hope? And with every cell of your body, just breathe in that hope and exhale that into your heart. Pulling your belly button in. Filling up, renewing, cleansing. You can breathe that into your mind, into your heart. You can hook your thumbs into your heart. Finding that connection. We're going to drop our hands on down one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, that forward fold. Hands on your knees, inhale up. Exhale down. And tuck your chin in, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Bringing your hands out. This time, bring your hands together. Bring that intention down. If you want to brush your mind, brush your words, hook your thumbs into your heart with that intention. So nice, so nice. So if you take your hands on the left or on the right arm of your chair or onto the side of your chair, you can always just hang onto your right thigh as well. We take our right leg out and take our left leg back. So find your right sit bone on the chair. Your left sit bone is going to be off, and we want to square our hips toward that right hip. Okay? So you can hang on to the back of your chair and then take up your left arm up. You can take up both hands on up, finding your balance on your chair. And aim your hips and your heart toward that right knee. If you'd like to take a little baby back bend, open your heart heavenward, your gaze heavenward. You can straighten that left leg or you can keep that left knee bent. Listen to your body, listen to your body. So we're going to come to a humble warrior. So we're going to take our right hand and put it on the back of the chair. If you wish, take that left hand over your left foot and your heart over your right knee. You can take both hands into airplane arms if you wish. You can clasp your hands and drop them overhead, taking that a little bit deeper. Listen to your body. You want to float those right toes, pushing your yogi points down into the mat or into your floor. Slowly move as you come on up nice and strong, taking both hands up or just your left hand up. A little bit of a back bend here. And then we're going to take that left hand and we're going to follow that gaze looking over our left foot, and we're going to take our right hand over our right foot. Now find your opening up here again with your legs. If you can find your hips laterally opening up a little bit more, fantastic. Listen to your body. You can look forward, you can look down, you can have your palms up and you can drop your fingertips down like you're flossing your carpal tunnel. Take that left hand and put it on the back of your left thigh. Take that right hand on up. And if you're hanging onto the chair, just take your right lung, and point heavenward, or take that right hand up. Breathe into that stretch all on your right side there. Nice deep breath in here. We're going to exhale, bring that right elbow down to our right thigh, your forearm actually, and then take that left hand up if you're able to. If that's too bothersome for your shoulder, just twist your left lung heavenward. You can drop open even wider if you wish to. Drop that left hand opening up, stretching the left side of your pecs. Think about stacking your left shoulder over your right. And then we're going to reach overhead, bringing that left bicep over your left ear, planting that left foot down a little bit deeper into the ground, into the floor. A little smile on your face. This is fun, right? And you get to pause, you get to breathe, you get to come back to your thought for the day. Fill up with your breath. Fill yourself up with that intention. Inhale and reach with that. Exhale, we're going to come back to the seated exalted warrior. Your right hand goes up, or it goes to the back of the chair. Your gaze goes up. We're going to do a little unwind here, so take your breath in. Exhale, hands both go up, or just your left hand. Square yourself over that right knee. Reach up with that left hand, and we're going to lean into our chair. So you're stretching your left side. Take your breath in. Exhale, coming back on up. Both hands on up. Square your hips, your heart toward that right knee. Bringing your hands to heart center. And then let's slowly bring your knees back together, coming and sitting and resting. Catch your breath here. Crown up, and when you breathe, exhale, your ears go back over your shoulders. Your mouth can be open or closed when you exhale. Take another breath in. And when we exhale, we want to have our ribs go over our ASIS bones here so that you are having that alignment. And you pull your belly button in, okay? So that's a great way to engage your transverse abdominals, pulling your belly button in, getting your alignment, opening up your spine, which opens up your nerves, okay? So, same thing, other side. Your left sit bone stays on the chair, your right one goes back. You can have that right knee bent, you can have it straight. Turn and face that left knee. Bring up your right arm. Feel that opening. We really want to be affecting our psoas muscles on the right side. If you sit a lot at a desk, it's a great posture to be in, standing or using a chair. You can bring up that left arm if you wish, squaring toward that left knee. You can take a baby back bend with your breath. Find your breathing, feel that twisting in your low back. Enjoy this. Opening up with your breath. Inhale with a reaching. We're going to exhale into a humble warrior, so you can hang on to the chair with that left arm, bringing that right arm back, or you can do both arms back. Try to float the left toes if you're able to. Really rip that left foot down. Clasp your hands if you wish. Take it a little deeper over that left foot. Listen to your body, listen to your body, listen to your body. The 3 rules for yoga. Push that left foot down as you slowly raise up, bringing both hands up or just that right hand. And then we're going to follow that right hand over our right foot, looking back if that works for you. Your left hand goes over your left foot. Find your breath work in this. You can look forward, you can look down, you can rest your neck. Reach with your arms. Think about squeezing those triceps. Think about flossing if you wish. Lots of nice, minute moves. It means so much. This twist looking over your shoulder engages your whole spine. Let's take that right hand down on that right thigh, bringing up that left hand, or hang on to your chair. Listen to your body and breathe. Come back to that intent. A little smile. A friend of mine just had a joy report this morning, and she just was in awe, saying, I just can't believe the Lord's timing. When we wait on Him, we wait for Him, it will be so much better. Slowly bring that left forearm down to the left thigh. That right hand goes up. Adjust your right foot, so feel where that feels good for you. And looking up, of course, you can just open up that right lung heavenward, or you can drop that right arm, opening up even more. We want to open. This is what yoga does. Our breath helps us to open up, open up. You can move that arm around a little bit, find some different areas where you need a stretch. And then draw your right arm over your right ear as you reach forward, planting that right foot, reaching with your breath. Feel that side stretch. So both feet are firmly rooted down. Take your breath in and reach with that right hand. We're going to come strongly, slowly back up to that exalted warrior. Right hand goes to the back right leg. That left arm can go up. You can drop that right shoulder down. Listen to your body. Breathe. Inhale and reach. Exhale, we're going to turn back to that seated crescent lunge. Hands up. Left hand can go on the chair if you wish. Little baby back bend if you wish. Square that right hip, point it towards your left baby toe. If you wish to take your left hand to the chair and lean into the chair, stretching that right side. Breathe. Take your breath in. Both hands go back up. Square yourself forward again. Bringing your hands to heart center as you bring yourself back to your seated position in the front. And pause. Take your breath. Breathe it in. Breathe in that intention. Waiting on the Lord. His timing is golden. We get to be hopeful while we wait. Take your feet a little bit wider. We're going to stretch out of this. Take your breath in again. Inhale up. Exhale in that forward fold. This time keep your hands on down. Keep that left hand down on that left leg. Bring up that right arm as you inhale up. Exhale that down. Right hand stays down. Left hand comes up. Inhale. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale that right hand up and hold. Try to keep your knees toward each other. Opening up, reaching. Inhaling. Exhaling down with that right hand. Inhale that left arm up and hold. Inhale with that opening. Exhale down. Bring your hands up to your knees. Inhale up halfway. Exhale down. Tuck that chin in as you roll on up. Hands come up with you as you gaze on up. This time we're going to reach up with that right hand. Push that right sit bone down into your chair. Reach up with your left hand. The left sit bone goes down. One more with your right. One more with your left. Reaching up, inhaling, gather that intention, bring your palms together, bring it into your palms, bring it into your mind, to your words, and back into your heart. A little smile on your face. Drop those shoulders down. When you exhale your ears over your shoulders, you get your spine just naturally goes back and down without strain. So that's just a beautiful way to de-stress. Let it slide off your shoulders. So we're going to get up behind our chairs here. If you don't have a chair at your office, well, you should have a chair at your office, or your boss really isn't taking care of you, I would say. But you can always just do this in your kitchen. All of that to say, you can lean onto your counter anywhere you are, just to stretch back. This is they call this a seated downward facing dog. So you just push away. You think about lengthening your spine and sway your tail left and right, so you can sway way to the left. You can point your feet to the right, stretching underneath your right arm. Coming back to neutral, sway your hips to the right, pointing your toes to the right, or to the left, excuse me. Bending your right knee a bit, stretching underneath your left side. And then coming back to neutral. If it's in your practice to gaze up at your chair, we're going to work the cervical part of our spine. So just looking at your chair, keep your knees soft. If you have neck issues, you know what to do by listening to your body. Slowly walk your feet on up to your chair. And this is a great way to start out doing a tree pose. So find your mountain pose. So mountain pose, you're lifting up your toes. You want your yogi points of your big toe, baby toe ball, and your heel to be anchored down into the mat, into your floor. And you just spread your toes. So there's your rooting down. And if you look at your feet, have your feet a little bit pigeon-toed, because you want the outside, the lateral side of your feet to be straight. So it's a turning of your feet just a little bit. So looking down at your feet, it's always interesting. A lot of people, their right foot goes out laterally rotated because of driving a lot, or if they have a stick shift, things like that, or our life, whatever has happened. So if you can have your big toes together, or you can have them apart. Yogis have it all across the board. But you want to have your feet right below your hips, your knees, your ankles. You don't want to be wider than your shoulders. So, planting that right foot down, bring your left foot up. Now you can hang on to the chair. You can use your big toe as a kickstand. Find some balance in this. You can hang on to the chair and let go of the chair, and hang on to the chair and let go of the chair. That's the beauty of having that in a chair practice. And if you are ready to, if you wish to bring your arms up, opening up those branches, find a drishti, as it's called, a focus to look at that is not moving. Find some balance, breathe into this. And when you're ready, if you want to bring your palms together, if you want to take that foot out in front and just bring it on down gently to the floor. So what's nice about hanging onto the chair, you can do that. You can stay right here, you can move to the other side, whatever is comfortable for you. Find that rooting down. Do not push against your knee. You can have your calf down lower, or you can have it up your thigh. So whatever practice works for you. Finding balance, being tall, finding a focus, soft eyes, looking at that focus that doesn't move. Slowly coming out, slowly releasing that other leg, okay? So it's a nice practice just to stand on your foot here and there, just to take your time, having a stabilizer, right? So we're going to come into a warrior one pose here. So we're going to have our hips pointing forward, bending that right knee toward the right baby toe. Hands on your hips, feel that stretching in your low back. This is so much goodness right there. You can hang on to the chair, or you can bring up that left arm, or you can bring up both arms. Okay, so you can walk your foot out, find your edge. You want to have that knee lunging towards your baby toe where you can still see your big toe and your second toe. You want to square those hips. Here again, if you like that baby back bend, opening up. We're going to take this to warrior two. So I like palms up. Take your back foot, your left foot, and we're going to laterally opening up, outer opening with our feet, both feet. So if you float both toes, both sets of toes, dig that big toe ball down, aiming towards your baby toe. It's like you're opening up laterally and your palms up. Here again, you can floss. If you like to do the palms down, please do your practice. Personally, this makes more sense to me because I'm opening up as opposed to driving, texting, to keyboarding, all the things that are immediately rotated. I need to open up. We're going to take this to an exalted warrior. So drop that left hand down, bring that right hand on up. Find your lunge. If you want to take that right knee a little deeper, go for it. Taking your breath in. Keep on breathing here, inhaling with that reach. Exhale, let's bring that right forearm down, bring that left hand up. If you want to take it deeper, take that right hand down, you can use a block, you can hang on to your foot, or you can stay up on your knee. And again, let's take that arm overhead, reaching. Feel the difference of this, and if you're hanging onto the chair, you're hanging onto the chair with that back arm. Let's take this up to an exalted warrior. So again, hanging onto the chair, just finding that bending, opening up, or reaching. Taking your breath in, exhaling, coming back to warrior two. Taking a breath in, reaching. Exhaling, if you want to put your hands on your hips, turn those hips to that right knee. Feel that goodness in your low back. Hands go back on up, either just your left hand or both hands, you choose. And then bring your hands to heart center, and then let's come into our mountain pose. Catch your breath here. And then let's just turn and face the other direction and do the same thing. So, left foot goes forward, hands on your hips. Right hand goes up, left hand can follow. Breathe. In our yoga practice, for each pose, we want to do about 3 to 5 breaths in and out here. Take your breath in, exhale with a reach to your warrior two. And again, you could be hanging onto a chair, hanging onto a table. So, take that left hand up, left knee toward the left baby toe. Taking a reach and a breath in, exhale, bringing that left forearm to the left thigh, right hand up. Find your breath. You can stay right there, or you can take that right arm over your right ear and breathe, reaching. Listen to your body. Some days you may not want to go all the way into some of these. Just stay where you are. Take a breath in. Exhale, pushing that left foot down. Slowly coming back on up. Left hand up. Inhale with your reach. Exhale to your warrior two. Taking a breath in. Exhale, coming to your warrior one. Bringing your hands to heart center, coming to your mountain pose to be still and breathe. Those ears over your shoulders. Finding that moment of coming back to your intention. And yoga you take with you everywhere. You can find your breath as you're standing in the line at the grocery store. Just come back to that breath. Take 3 nice deep breaths in and out and release, let go. Focus on the present time. That is one thing that is so beautiful about yoga. I just love reminding me to do so. Hands on your chair. Slowly come back to that downward facing dog. Go where you want to with this. If you want to swing to the left, swing to the right. Keep your knees soft. Push your chair out. Be organic in this. This is your movement. This is where your body differs than mine in where it needs to be stretched. You can look up at your chair as we walk our feet up to our chair. And we're going to sit down in our chair again. Take a circle with your neck. You want to sit forward in your chair still. Take a circle with your neck the opposite direction. Placing your hands on your knees, we're going to do that with our hips, just nice and gentle. Let your breath move you. And then take that the opposite direction. Take a gaze up, point your chin up, drop your shoulders down, your whole shoulder girdle goes down, pointing up, stretching. Like you're looking for stars, look to the left. If you want to drop your jaw down, or keep it up, getting a little bit more stretch. Back to center. And then looking up to the right. Back to center. And draw your chin down to your chest. Take a little pendulum swing with it left and right, stretching out the back of your neck. Bringing your hands to heart center. If you'd like to sit back in your chair here, let your back rest against your chair. A smile on your face. You can have your hands on your lap, wherever you want to be comfortable. Hands to heart center. I wait for the Lord. My whole being waits. And in His word, I put my hope. I love Andy Dufresne's quote from Shawshank Redemption. Hope is a good thing. It may be even the best of things. So my prayer for you as you wait upon the Lord, and I hope that you do, that you have much hope in His word. Namaste. The light in me acknowledges the light in you.